has directed Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome to compel Nairobi Governor, that is Johnson Sakaja, to appear before the committee within 14 days after the governor failed to appear on Monday. Now, CPAC has put on notice Governor Johnson Sakaja for failing to honor various invitations and summons from the House. On Monday, Sakaja failed to appear before CPAC to respond to audit queries. Now, the committee wants Sakaja to explain how 76 billion shillings was used in 4 subsequent financial years from 2019 to 2024. CPAC last week, Sakaja appeared before CPAC last week and was turned away by the committee for not having proper documentations. Now, away from that, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary, that is Mithika Linturi, has asked Parliament for more time to furnish lawmakers with all the documents needed in the ongoing probe into the fake fertilizer distributed in Kenya under the disguise of government-subsidized fertilizer. Linturi, who appeared before the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on Monday, pointed out that he had not submitted crucial documents needed in the investigations. Now, the CS came under fire with members led by nominated MP Sabina Chege demanded answers over the fake fertilizer scandal at the time when farmers are headed for the planting season. Linturi, however, refuted allegations that the fertilizer under the subsidy was part of the fake fertilizer distributed by SBL. Linturi stated that the government has contracted 10 suppliers to procure and distribute fertilizer under the initiative of a total cost of 4.1 billion for the short rains and an additional 1.2 billion for the long rains.
Put it correctly, that Kenyans are waiting for an answer. So if we leave this meeting without really telling them what it is, we will really not have answered or met the expectation. So if we were to discuss things generally without really having to go to deal with the issues of the questions, then we would be able to be more forthright, more open. But you know, when Brighton and my friend asked about fake fertilizer, when you look at these questions, there is nothing like a question on fake fertilizer. So I cannot answer questions which are not been asked. With a lot of respect, there is nothing. So unless if you really wanted me to mention about that story, which I can't because I don't know what you really wanted to interrogate through this question. But if we were to really say this is a conversation between the ministry and a team that gives us support, you want us to share openly because we mean well for our people, it becomes very, 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 very easy. So, Chairman, I do not have a problem. If there is any, a very honest and very straightforward person when it comes to people.
Why we are here today and why Kenyans are waiting just to hear how did we get the so-called fake, whether it's fertilizer, now I've had another new name. How did we get there? How do we get out of there? The farmers who have bought this fertilizer, how do we compensate? You see what he has done? He has just gone the civil servant way. He's answered our questions one by one. Even the PS is not here. We're almost falling asleep. There is nothing much that the CS is telling us.
Now, as the ongoing probe over fake fertilizer continues, a day after 120 bags of fake fertilizer were nabbed in Bungoma County, President William Ruto has made an impromptu visit to the National Cereals and Produce Board, Eldoret branch. Now, addressing farmers from Uasin Gishu County, Ruto assured them that there is sufficient stock to meet their demands, as he issued stern warning to those behind the sale of fake fertilizer, saying that they will face the law.
Tuko na kampuni karibu 4 ambayo tunashirikiana pamoja na wao. Kuna kampuni moja iko na kasoro kidogo, lakini tunarekebisha kwa sababu hatutaki mtu achukue nafasi ya kuharibu hii kazi nzuri wakulima wanafanya. Mimi kwanza nataka niwapongeze nyinyi wakulima, kwa sababu nyinyi ndio wazalendo wakuu wa taifa letu la Kenya. munazalisha chakula yenu na mnatusaidia kulisha Wakenya wengine. Na mimi nataka niwashukuru Wakenya wengi sasa wamerudi mashambani, wanalima na wanapanda na wanazalisha, na hiyo ndio maneno ambayo tunataka. Ndio, hakuna njia ya kufukuza njaa. Kufukuza njaa ni shambani. Tutashirikiana pamoja na nyinyi, na ndio nilisema wakati nilisimama hapa kwenu nikawaambia hii mambo ya mbolea mimi nitasort out. Mbolea hiyo ilikuwa inaiswa 6,000, saa hii si mnalipa hapa 2,500. Ama namna gani? Tunalipa hapa 2,500. Na mnajua Mungu pia ametubarikia. Sisi tumepata mvua jameni. Sisi tunashukuru Mungu. Kwa sababu mbali na sisi kupanga, mbali na kupanga mbolea, mbali na kwenda bidii shambani, Mungu pia ametubarikia mvua. Tuzalishe chakula ya kutosha, tuondoe njaa. Hiyo ni kazi ya muhimu. Na pia hii kilimo tunataka kutumia kuendesha viwanda yetu. Vijana wapate kazi na pia tufanye export. Sio mahindi peke yake tunalimia hii mbolea. Tunalimia mahindi, tunatumia kwa ngano, tunatumia kwa miwa. Tumesema ya kwamba kazi yetu kama Wakenya ni kuinua ile uzalishaji ama productivity ya kilimo. Ndio mapato ipatikane zaidi kwa wakulima.
Away from matters fertilizer, now disc jockey Joseph Mwenda alias DJ Joe Mfalme has been released from remand in the ongoing murder case of Directorate of Criminal Investigation Officer Felix Kilian. Now, in a ruling on Monday, the court stated that Mwenda and 5 co-accused, including 3 police officers, shall be made state witnesses. Now, the co-accused are Eric Kariuki Gadhua, Simon Wambugu Wanjiru, Hadija Abdi Wako, Sami Cheruiyot Rotich, and Agnes Kerubo Mogoire. Now, the Director of Public Prosecution, in a letter dated 5th of April 2024, directed that Alan Ochieng, who was one of the accused in the assault of Kilian, which is alleged to have caused his death, will now be charged with murder.
Principally that we close the file. Most obliged.
The miscellaneous application herein is now closed based on the prosecution's presentations in court as well as the response from counsel for the rest.
As you've seen, the prosecution has already even contradicted itself here, while it is still sticking on the vehicle belonging to the so-called witnesses, and at the same time alleging that these are state witnesses. So we can already see a lot of contradictions in this matter. Of course, we do not want to canvass this matter in the public domain. We respect the process. Shortly, we are going to rush before the High Court, Superior Court in Kiambu, where our client will be arraigned as far as the matter, the plea taking is concerned, and we shall continue to ensure that we address the issues on a particular way. But we have confidence in the judicial system. We are aware that ultimately due process will be followed and our client will receive justice that he so deserves.
We are here to follow this matter, and we have seen that we are not likely to get justice because when the investigations, when the case is just beginning, and we hear that 6 of the 7 suspects have just been freed, and yet for people, it is important for people to know that we spoke to our kid before he died. We actually know that he was beaten up by more than one person. This is not the way to go. We feel like so much is being hidden, and justice should be seen to be served by the courts in Kenya because we want justice for our kids.
Now, parents residing in Mwea constituency in Kirinyaga County are advocating for an increase in the national government's budget allocation for bursaries to accommodate the rising number of financially disadvantaged students in the area, expressing concerns over the overwhelming demand for bursary assistance. Now, the residents of Mwea are now pushing for the division of the constituency, citing its notably larger population compared to other constituencies in Kirinyaga County.
Kwa sababu nilikuwa nikijua ya kwamba mlolongo itakuwa refu. Kwa hivyo mimi tayari nishapewa fomu yangu, lakini bado kuna wengine wamesalia hapa wakigoja diposa waweze kupata fomu zao, na tuko na shukrani ni kwa sababu wakati huo uliopita tulipewa pesa na tukafurahia, na tunaendelea kushikilia mheshimiwa. Tunapatiwa, kwa maoni yangu haitoshi, ni kwa sababu saa hii malipo ya mashule ya college ya university bado imesonga, inaendelea kupanda. Kwa hivyo hata sisi vile tulipewa hiyo 7,000 tunatarajia ya kwamba this time tungepewa at least kiasi kubwa kulingana na vile ekonomia ya nchi yetu inaendelea kuwa.
Naomba ya kwamba our MP Mary Maingi amejaribu sana, amefanya juhudi sana, lakini fedha ambazo wanapewa ni kidogo kiasi ya kwamba haifikii kila mwananchi wa Mwea, kwa sababu Mwea it is subdivided, it is big, ni large, iko na Mwea West na Mwea East. Mwea iweze kusubdividiwa, kukuwe na Mwea East na Mwea West, ndiposa kila mbunge aweze kuwa anapata fedha ambazo zitaweza kutimizika ama kufikia kila Mkenya ama kila mwananchi ambaye anaishi Mwea constituency.
Kuna activity ya kupatiana forms za bursary, na leo tunaona watu wametokea vizuri, na kulingana na matarajio yetu tulikuwa tunaona kama tutapatia watu 4,000 na wale wako boarding school, na 1,500 wale wako college, na watu 2,000 wale wako university. There are so many needed people in our area, na ndio tu naomba serikali tuongezee pesa.
Now, Kenya Police Bullets recorded a huge victory against their opponents, Kibera soccer women, by thumping them 3-1 in the FKF Women's Premier League. In other matches that were played, Vihiga Queens won by a solitary goal against Zitek Sparks, while Bunyore Starlets devoured Bungoma Queens by 3-1. All right, we've come to the end of our bulletin at this particular hour. Thank you so much for joining us here on Trending News on Lookuptv and trusting us to bring you up to date with the news making headlines across the country today. The details of these particular stories will be coming your way in our subsequent bulletins, that is at 7 p.m. On Lookup Tarifa with Fiona Kenga, and on the Spotlight at 9 p.m. I'll see you then. Good afternoon, and enjoy the rest of your program.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints about our programming and operations. Feel free to get in touch with us through 0700-893-542 or send us an email to info@lookuptv.co.ke.